I can't have you as my CEO. I'm gonna start my own business after I take all of our employees. Hold on! I really appreciate you.
Trouble Busters!
My name is Tom. I'm almost graduating from a university. My girlfriend Amy and my best friend Steven have been considering our future. I'm a terrific 22-year-old young man. No one can tell me what to do. We need to start looking for a job, but I'd rather start a business with the app that we've been working on.
But then, I don't even know if we'd be able to be successful since we don't really know anything about the world.
No, let's do it, Tom, Amy. Oh, Steven, we can do this. I want our app to make people smile. We established a gaming app company called Funny Tactics after Steven convinced us. We were a lot more successful than we thought, and we gained a lot more fame and wealth for such young adults, but that was just the beginning of the end. I can't have you as my CEO. I'm gonna start my own business after I take all of our employees. Hold on! Steven tried to kick me out of the position when we were having our chairman's meeting. He gave the differences in our values and opinions as the reason why he wanted me out. The relationship between me and Steven had been irreparable at that point. Is this going to be the end? I hope you're not mad at me, Tom. This is a legal action that the chairman as well as auditors have the right to discharge any personnel after the discussion among the chairmen. And the final decision will be up whether the majority of the chairmen have voted for the discharge of the CEO. This is a legal action. I want you to think about this one last time. Will you do that? No, I'm not gonna change my mind. Okay.
You're being discharged as my boyfriend as you're getting discharged as our CEO.
What do you mean by that?
Don't you get it? I'm sick and tired of your charity, Tom. I can't live in the Tanami district or travel around the world or buy a lot of high-brand items all because of you, Tom.
I'm the one who can make Amy happy, not you. I see how it is. Fine, I'll accept the discharge. You finally get it, huh? I had a feeling already. How does it feel to get your company and your girlfriend stolen by me? But she ate you. Huh? What did you say? I can't even hear you.
Are you talking so softly because you're sad? Don't even show us your face again. Oh, I'll be happy to invite you to our wedding, though.
Amy, you're so hilarious. I never thought this would happen. Why? He was my best friend, and she was the love of my life. This is it. My life is over. This is it. Ah! You would think that I'd say this, right? I really appreciate you. I can see it. I can definitely see that they're about to start the worst tragedy in their life. I'm not letting them get away with this. Trouble Busters! Oh! Hello, this is Iron Funny High Five Boy Fighter Girl LLC. This is Tom, the CEO. How may I help you today? Tom, I need you to come back as soon as you can! Huh? We've been failing every game that we've been coming up with, and our business is about to fail! I see. This sounds exciting. I know you made a new app game company. You got the news, huh? I need you to come back and work with us again. We'll take your company into ours. I'll let you be useful to us. You better appreciate this. I appreciate you so much. If only you were always so humble, we never would have discharged you from the CEO position. Okay, I see. Anyways, as long as you're willing to cooperate, we'll make sure you have a position with us. Okay, I don't mind helping you. Hey, don't make this sound as if I'm begging you. I might as well destroy your company, and that way you won't have to worry about your company's future. Huh? Tom? What do you mean by... Oh, he's as rotten as he's always been. I can smell him like a stinking rat over that phone call. Hey, Tom, what the heck was that? Are you trying to start a war with me? You stole my company and you stole my girlfriend. You're the one who's trying to start a war.
Oh, Tom, please help us.
I told you 6 months ago that you'll end up in huge trouble if you do as Steven said. You tried to make the users spend more just because you've been after the profit, but that only made our users feel betrayed after playing our game for years. You're exaggerating. Those guys will just stop playing our game the moment they get tired of it. That's exactly what's happening. Stop blaming the users. You're losing customers because your games are getting boring, that's all. What's wrong with making as much profit as possible by getting our users to pay while our games are popular?
He's right.
We've been keeping our games fun even if they don't spend on our games all this time. And now that our company is starting to get on the right track, I only decided to collect all due debt from those who have been playing our games. That's all there is to this. That's exactly what I'm talking about and why I was against that idea. Adding systems that will make our users pay will only make our users feel like we're collecting money from them in every way possible. Just walk in their shoes. Who would enjoy playing a game that's so obvious that the producers are trying to make money off of them? We should focus on making games that both paying and non-paying users can enjoy. That was exactly why we were successful when we established this company.
But it's not like we're doing charity.
What's wrong with expecting a return for creating something fun to play? I never said there was anything wrong, but to make our users spend so much. Why is it bad to even think that we should make some money off of making a great game? You can answer your question by looking at what exactly happened with the company. Do you want to tell me what happened to the reviews after I left this company? You've been getting terrible reviews. The users can't even play the game decently unless they spend on the app. Who would ever want to play such a game? There are a lot of games out there nowadays. A lot of those games are fun to play even without paying. And it's only natural for the users to choose those games. Would you rather pay a higher rent for almost the exact same house that you'd be living in? What would you do? Wouldn't you rather move to the place that charges cheaper rent? That's exactly what you're doing. Your plans won't make the users who aren't willing to pay to have fun with our games. The users who don't spend are the ones who will potentially pay in the future. We should never make a game that can't be enjoyed unless the users pay. But if we don't design it that way, those guys won't ever pay anything. That doesn't make it okay for us to keep making our games something that they'd have to pay in order to have fun. That's not gonna make our games fun for everyone. We want them to have fun to a point where they're willing to pay money. We want them to be willing to support our business. That's exactly how we got to where we are today. You're such a hypocrite. You say those things, but if it wasn't for paying customers, you wouldn't even afford your living. You're right. I need to make sure I earn a profit so I can feed myself and make games that are even more fun to play. That's why I'm not against the idea of charging our users at all. I'm just against the idea of trying to make our users pay for more than what they should expect out of the game. Yes, okay. What a beautiful world. And this is exactly why you were discharged. What kind of CEO would ever be successful running a company that won't prioritize profit? This is exactly why you were discharged. And that's also the exact reason why I was able to make more than $1 million profit in a matter of 6 months with my new company. What? More than $1 million? This is because I'm different from a chairman who was only thinking about how to collect money from the users rather than focusing on creating a fun game by stealing all my employees who had the exact same mindset as you, Steven. What do you mean? Well, let me just say that it's not easy to terminate employees, and that's why I appreciate you so much. Damn it! After finding out how everyone felt at this company, I was able to start up my own business without any hesitation. I'll admit that I was a little surprised to discover that there hadn't been a single person who agreed to my directions, though. I was so naive not to even know what my best friend and my girlfriend were up to, and I deserved that discharge. This isn't a laughing matter! Did you do this on purpose? Were you aware that this was all about to happen when we were discharging you? On purpose? It's always better to be prepared for the worst than the best, right? You seemed so proud that you took over this company, but even if I ended up having to start from scratch, I know all my guys, and I was able to come back to where I am as long as I knew what I had to do to bring myself to success. Honestly. Oh my goodness. If only the two of you had changed your minds before you made the worst decision, this wouldn't have happened. But the two of you decided to discharge the CEO, steal the company, steal the finances, and put off an engagement. And going back to the very last thing we talked about over the phone, I'll help you by destroying your company. You're struggling with the company because you have the company to take care of, right? If the company no longer exists, you won't even have to worry about it. Oh, come on, don't say that! I will say it.
Can we go back to all getting along, like back in the days when we were in college?
We can do this. I want our app to make people smile, said Stephen and Amy, who will forever be lost. The two people who are in front of me are those who betrayed me for the sake of their own profit. Oh, shut up! Those are all in the past! I know you're just trying to show off just because your company is a little successful!
I don't agree with this guy. He's the only one who keeps insulting you like this. You would understand me, right?
What? Amy, you can't betray me like that!
I'm not betraying you. This is just a wake-up call for me. I even planned on marrying Tom at one point in my life. Tom, I am so sorry. This is all Steven's fault. So please punish Steven if you're looking for someone to punish. Please, Tom. I'm sure you can use a secretary at your company. Blink.
Hey, you were supposed to be my fiancé!
You're not good enough to become my husband.
Okay, you guys are alike and equally guilty. I'm that guy who'll always pay back what I owe, whether it be gratitude or grudge. First, regarding my discharge from the CEO position. Don't worry about it, I'll make you our CEO again! Did I ever ask for that? Why would I want to become the CEO of a failing company? I'm here today to charge you compensation for the damages that you've caused me. Huh? We never did anything to end up owing you anything. You illegally discharged me from my position. Illegal discharge? What are you talking about?
Why? We made sure we went through the proper steps at the chairman's meeting.
All will be explained by... We're coming in.
You must be Stephen and Amy from Funny Tactics.
We've received a call that there are a couple of criminals here. May I confirm that those two are who I'm looking for? Who the heck are you guys? Pardon me, here's my business card. A lawyer? Does that mean she's also...
My name is Mia. I'm from the Consumers Affairs Agency. We've been reported that your company has violated the Premiums and Representations Act, and I'm here to investigate.
Consumer Affairs? Investigate?
Why now?
I've been dispatched as we received a call that I will be needed upon discovery of illegal activities.
Illegal activities? That sounds aggressive.
We never did anything to deserve to deal with the police. Lawyer, Consumers Affairs, Police. This is going to be a perfect sanction that you deserve. Alright, so let me go ahead and get started. Based on my knowledge, it seems like the two of you are under the impression that you get to do whatever you want, as long as you involve the primary stockholders and the chairman. We're not trying to decide for the president of a classroom. You can't just decide to discharge a CEO so easily. No, I know what I was doing. I know we legally discharged Tom from his position. Do you have an explanation on why it's been legal? He failed to run the business and he wasn't good enough at what he does. The company would have continued losing profits if we'd been running our business the way Tom had always prioritized our users' requests. I wonder who's the new CEO who switched things up to prioritize profit over anything else to ultimately bring that business to fail soon. Shut up! You're saying that Tom's direction of prioritizing the users would have potentially caused damages to the company in the future. Is my understanding correct? That's right. That's exactly right. You mentioned that he failed to run the business and that he wasn't good enough, but did he precisely cause any damages to the company due to the reasons you provided? It would be too late at that point. That's why we decided to take action before the damages were caused. And I guess that was the exact action that's causing your business to fail as we speak. Stop that! So, what you're saying is that you've only predicted that the company will take the damages, and there had been no actual damage. This means that you did not have a valid reason to conclude that such discharge had been a necessity. On the other hand, Tom will be able to claim for the damages that were caused on his end due to the illegal discharge. No, don't say that! It seems like the reasons you're providing are not valid at all, so your testimony will not be convincing when we're to take this to the court. By the way, the amount that you'd be liable to compensate for the damages you caused me will be the amount of salary that I would have been receiving from the moment I was discharged until I fulfilled the contract term. Tom still had 18 months to serve the company as the CEO. His monthly salary was $12,000, which means that your company is liable to compensate him for the $216,000 for the illegal discharge. $216,000? You're kidding me! How are we supposed to pay for that when all our apps are failing? That's not our problem. But we have our say to this. Further discussion here will only keep each other on parallel grounds, so we will discuss this further at the court. We don't have time for that. I need to focus on getting my company back on track. That's not our problem either. If you'd like to avoid the hassle of going through a lawsuit, I recommend you settle this dispute without involving the authorities. However, you're not going to negotiate the compensation itself, so please don't even bother to try. Oh my goodness.
We'll fail if we proceed, and we'll fail if we don't. If that topic is taken care of, can it be my turn now?
Go ahead. No, I don't want to hear it.
Stop her! We can't take this anymore! I can't just do that. Funny Tactics has been advertising the rare geisha event, 50 types of magical rock, max-leveled skill heroine geisha, and that the 9 types of characters that are obtainable through that event will make the characters even stronger for the ultimate evolution in your social media page. Correct?
Yes?
That was one of the most attractive parts about that event. But that was actually false, right?
What?
It was the truth. However, there was only one character that the users could have been able to bring to the ultimate evolution out of all 9. Your consumers have been reaching out to question whether the other 8 characters have been able to achieve the ultimate evolution at all. Consumer Affairs takes this case as a falsified advertisement that interferes with the correct decision for the customers to make due to the falsified information that is provided. This goes against the Premiums and Representations Act, and we are here to take legal actions.
Legal actions? You can't do that!
Why can't we do that? If you've been conducting business in a legal manner, there shouldn't be anything that you should ever worry about. The fact that you're refusing the investigation tells us that there must be a reason why you're making such a refusal.
But that's not even true. You're being rude. You can't say those things without even having any evidence.
I understand. In this case, we will need you to provide supporting evidence about the fact that these allegations are false. If you're unable to do that, you will be obligated to pay a penalty. How much would that be? The value of that penalty will depend on the amount of sales you have generated during the promotional period through that geisha. If you had 3 million in sales, your penalty will be around 450,000, so I recommend you do your best to convince that such allegations were false. I'll be back when your evidence is due.
Hey, hold on. Is that even real? Everything that's happening in front of you now is real. Also, I'm sure this will be such a small amount considering what you're about to be charged for, but I'm also gonna personally file a lawsuit against the two of you, too. A lawsuit? For what? You guys had an affair while Amy was engaged to me, and you dumped me for your own reasons. Needless to say, an affair during an engagement does become something you will be liable to compensate for. I guess it was for a short time, so you'll only have to pay me about $10,000 each. You guys already have a huge debt, so just paying another $10,000 is like paying an extra dime, right? $10,000 is still $10,000. Also, what else do you have for us? I have something else for you because you've done something else to me. I'm losing track of everything at this point.
Oh, please, you have to help us.
You've been embezzling the company's funds, right?
What?
We never did anything like that. Don't even try resisting. I already have evidence. What? No matter how much you deceive it, the money will always leave its track. If there had been an embezzlement, you can get arrested for committing it. May I escort you to the police station? No, I'm not gonna go. I can't possibly be a criminal after being liable for so much debt. You did this to yourself. No, I don't want to. I can't take this anymore.
Tom, please help me. I beg you.
The two of them tried to resist the police until the very moment, but there was much evidence that indicated the embezzlement, and they were charged for it. They were also charged for the violation of the Premiums and Representations Act, and their company was liable to pay a $450,000 penalty. They were found guilty of every crime that they committed, and my revenge was finally over. I thought I was finally the CEO!
If only I never betrayed Tom.
As for me, I've been super successful with my new business. It's important to generate profit, but there are other things that a company needs to value. That's what makes a company run. And if you don't get what I'm talking about, you might as well not run a business. Trouble Busters!